How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Awesome. This is a beautiful room. Thank you for investing in yourselves for being here today, because that's the most important piece. I know this is the Entrepreneur Institute, but in order to be an amazing entrepreneur, you need to be right with self, right? Because the principles, methodologies, and strategies that you institute into your business, you should be incorporating into your day-to-day. So today we're going to go through a platform. I released a book last year called The Mind of a Winner. The Mind of a Winner became #1 on Amazon, became a best-selling book throughout the country. And I'll talk a little bit about who's in the book. But today we're going to talk about the power moves that I pulled out of the book. And those power moves are the tools that you can incorporate into your life if you want to become the best parent, if you want to be the best entrepreneur, if you want to be the best person in corporate America. These are going to be the methodologies and habits that you instill into your lives to become the best you. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So who's Steve Canal? Born and raised in New York. Still have a place here in Atlanta. Love Atlanta. I'll always have a place in Atlanta. But I was born and raised in New York. Parents are from Haiti, so West Indian. Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. So as I go through these items, I want you to realize that they all embody and led to who I am today. So I always want you to embrace your journey, because your journey tells your story, and most likely you'll see things that represent who you are today, and the things you do and how you speak come from these things. So never neglect who you are and where you come from. Corporate America. As Travis said, I coined the term corporatepreneur because I am in corporate America, but I'm also an entrepreneur. I have my own businesses as well that are thriving. So I live within both worlds. How many people here are in corporate America? How many people here are entrepreneurs or aspire to be entrepreneurs? How many people live within both spaces? Okay. Fordham University, college grad, went to Fordham University in New York. Entrepreneur, I have the Brand Executive, which is a platform where I encourage you to become the CEO of your own personal brand. I am a brand. I am the CEO of me. If you determine to activate it or not is up to you, but if you don't, there will be people writing your story. And who's better to tell that story than you yourself? So always acknowledge that you are a brand. What you leave, the presence you leave with people, that's going to be how they talk about you when you're not in the room. So you want to make sure you take advantage and take leadership and ownership in your brand. The posts you post on social media, the conversations you have with people, because that's going to travel. You're going to have a halo effect. Global 500, I've worked with, in some capacity, with at least 5 global 500 companies, whether it's Walmart, whether it's McDonald's, whether it's Delta, Nike. I've worked with them in some capacity. Best-selling author, we talked about The Mind of a Winner, which we'll go into. And a college athlete. Played college basketball at Fordham University, had a full scholarship. Then I tore my ACL my senior year. During that time when I tore my ACL, there was no coming back for a following year because it was the second part of the year, so I couldn't get a red shirt. I couldn't come back for a following year. So what was I going to do during that time when I was recovering for a year, graduating from college, when basketball was all I knew? The Mind of a Winner. It's rare that you get access to minds that have done and accomplished so many amazing things in this world. How common is it that a Damon John would be sitting at a table right now? Or Barbara Corcoran, who's also on Shark Tank, who grew her business to be the #1 real estate business in the country. To have Swing Cash, who's also my wife, who's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-time WNBA champion. She has her nonprofit, Cash for Kids. Everett Taylor, who's known as a millennial genius by Forbes magazine. 2 Chainz, how most people know, who has successful in his own right. and Joe Anthony, who's known as a serial entrepreneur working with so many amazing brands, and Mary Seats, who's the CEO of Cupcake Mafia, which is here in Atlanta, which is on 60 different countries across in the world. That's who you get access to in this book. I actually sat down with them for hours talking about the methodologies and habits that they've had and how they overcame failure. I took all that and packaged it and put it into a book. When people ask me, why did you do this book? What made you, what charged you to do this book? Because I felt it would be selfish of me to gain all this information and not share it with the world. How selfish would that have been, right? I've been fortunate to meet some amazing people on my journey, so I wanted to put that in the book so you can identify those common threads. Because one thing that you'll identify in this book, no matter who they are, and I purposely identified different industries. Kenny Smith is in this book as well, Inside the NBA on TNT. Kenny the Jet Smith, two-time NBA champion. He's also in the book. There's a common thread amongst them all in how they achieved success and how they overcame failure. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I know everybody wants the secret sauce. How do I? Well, we're going to talk about that today. But before we do that, I want to do a little exercise. Let me unbutton my jacket. I know you just ate, you're getting comfortable. I want everybody to put their hands in the air and reach as high as you can. All right? Now reach a little bit more. Reach a little bit more. Okay. Put your hands down. That little bit more that you reached after I asked you to reach up in the sky, that's what it takes to be successful. That extra inch or two is what you need to incorporate into your life daily to become successful in whatever you want to accomplish. Most of us in this world, we're on cruise control at this level. We're comfortable here. That extra inch or two, jacket will get wrinkled, my dress is gonna move, my hair. That extra inch or two is what it takes to become successful in what you're trying to accomplish in life. You control that. I can't control that. You control that. Success, for the sake of this presentation and keynote today, I'm going to define it as accomplishing what you commit to achieve. Most issues that come about today is people think success is reaching a certain type of success. What you need to acknowledge and realize is you need to be happy with all levels of success, big or small. Because when you acknowledge small wins, that puts you mentally in the capacity to appreciate when you achieve a goal. Achieving goals is the path and what we should set to move forward in life. Setting your goals and putting those systems in place is what we should strive to every day. Where I finish off in the day, if I end off at number 4 and there's 5 through 10 that's left, that's where I pick up tomorrow. And then I adjust for room for more. But I acknowledge those small wins. So appreciate small wins because they matter. They put you in the right capacity mentally to be able to appreciate your journey. When you see success as only having $5 million in the bank account, being on TV, winning a Grammy, what about the journey? What are you living for? Where's the appreciation for life? What fuels our desires to win? So what makes us think $5 million is success? Or winning a Grammy is success? Or an Oscar? Or winning an award is success? Social media is very impactful. Media is very impactful. We have access today to turn on our phones and tap into other people's lives. And by us tapping into those lives, we trick ourselves to deem and think that that's what success is. See Beyonce and Jay-Z, see Kanye and Kim Kardashian, you see Rihanna. Like, that's success for a lot of people. It might not be the people here, but guess what our children are thinking about? Guess what the people who are just entering college are thinking about? They don't have the proper tools in place or the proper foundation to understand it's more than this. Today, this is the power of social media. 2.1, and this is very recent data, 2.1 billion active users. These are active. These are people that are actually on their phones, computers, using these tools. 2.1 billion people are actively on Facebook. How many people are on Facebook? Pretty much everybody, right? How many people here get influenced by Facebook and seeing the journey and stories of people, what's going on in their lives? 1.5 billion people on YouTube. 800 million on Instagram. 330 million on Twitter. How many people are a little surprised by these numbers, or did you feel like, okay? 1.5 on WhatsApp, group messages. 187 million on Snapchat. 1.3 billion on Facebook Messenger. So you have 2.1 on the Facebook platform, 1.3 on Messenger. Feel free to take images of these shots as we go through. WeChat, 980 million monthly active users. How easy is it to influence or create a story or a journey for the people within your network? Some of it is true, some of it is false. But having access to this is up to you to pull out what makes sense for your journey to incorporate into your lives. So don't be influenced by other people's journey and story. You have your own unique journey and story. It's up to you to write your own story in your journey and be satisfied with it. Be happy with that journey. Power move number 1. Be authentic and real with yourself. Being real with yourself will help you identify your strengths and your weaknesses. You can only identify that if you're real with yourself. That person you see in the mirror doesn't lie. That person is telling you who you are. Some of us don't believe it and go out and live another life. But when it's time to actually grow a business, scale a business, it only happens if you're real with the business. A lot of people go into business feeling, if I get this incremental seed money of $1 million, my business is going to be booming. What's going to happen is you're going to work yourself out of business because that $1 million is a front. That proof of concept isn't there. You don't need that $1 million. You need to work hard until your business is sustainable. Once it's running, then you can look at bringing in that incremental dollars to make your business move. So it starts with you being real and authentic with yourself. And from there, you can move on. Number 2, accept the challenge to achieve your goals. It starts with you. So now you need to accept the challenge of achieving your goals because it is not easy. And if it is easy, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. Goals are challenges. Mentally, they should put you in a space where you're scared. It's not easy to achieve goals. That's the point. Life isn't easy. But if you put the proper tools in place, it can help your journey along the way. 1.1, set your goals and put your systems in place. Now visualize each step to move forward towards achieving your goals. So there's goals. I want to write a book. I want to lose 100 pounds. I want to raise $1 million. 15 pounds. And then there's systems. What are you doing? What are you doing to lose those 15 pounds? Or raise that capital? Or write a book? When I was doing my book, I knew that it would take time to put this together. 1, because of all the people in the book, so I had to go back and interview. But 2, I'm dyslexic, so it's not easy for me to sit there, write, read. It takes time for me to go through things. But doing that, I was able to realize that I needed to set an hour, 2 hours a day to put down 1,000 words here, 2,000 words here to achieve my goal of 70,000 words to give you a full product. I had the goal of the book, but the system was me sitting down 1 hour, 2 hours a day until I achieved that 70,000 word goal to put the book together. So you have your system, you have your goals, but don't forget the systems. The systems is what helps you achieve that goal. And then visualize it. Play it through your head. See your journey as a movie. Nothing should really be a surprise, because you should, when I was in college playing college basketball, my coach used to say, play the game through your head. When you play the game through your head, first doing the studying and research first to understand the players on the other team, how they adjust, how they play, and how, you know, what I was about to face, I played that through my head. I played the entire game through my head. So when I made a move, I knew how the defender would react. And I played that through my head over and over again like a movie. Your journey, you should play through your head like a movie. Become an expert in your industry. Nobody should be smarter than you in whatever industry you're trying to get in, especially if you're an entrepreneur or corporate America. I'm in community affairs within Miller Coors, and it's my job to understand the ins and outs of the community affairs team, understanding how nonprofits function today, focusing on, you know, how they're bringing in capital, how they utilize the capital, so when we're giving dollars, we know how they function. Put action behind your visualization and insight. Now that you visualize this, now it's time to play the game. Now it's time for me to practice 100 free throws. It's time for me to put the action behind it and the insight behind the actual play. So don't set your goals. Put your systems in place. Become an expert and do nothing. How many people come to you and say, yeah, I'm going to start this new blog, I'm going to start this new business, 5 months down the line. Yeah, I'm going to start this new blog, I'm going to start this new business. A year later, I'm going to start this new blog, I'm going to start this new business. It's all talk. Don't be the talker. Because it's like Boy Who Cried Wolf. When you come to me and say, hey, I want to start this new blog and start this new business, I'm going to shut you down. Because my time is valuable. Surround yourself with the right people who want to see you succeed, like a mentor or an advisor. It's almost impossible. It's about 99.6% impossible for you to do it yourself. 99.6% impossible for you to do it yourself. I know a lot of us are intimidated to make the phone call, reach out to somebody on LinkedIn, reach out to somebody on Facebook, talk to the person at your table. What does it hurt to ask? They hurt your feelings and said no? It's 1 billion people in this planet. If one person says no, it's billions more who are there that could potentially say yes. Number 3, which is very important, and these aren't in order of importance, it's just how I wanted to flow. Number 3, failure is a great teacher and a secret to success. If you are not failing at anything, you are not trying hard enough. Greatness doesn't happen in the comfort zone. If you start a new job, if you're an entrepreneur, and you're comfortable every day, most likely you're not where you want to be. Those key lessons in life come through failure because now you know what not to do. If this door didn't work for me and it didn't open, I'm going to try another door, and another door, and another door, until I figure it out. But I wouldn't know unless I tried. And failure is okay. Everybody in this world fails. Failure is a part of life. Failure is a part of the journey. But the ones who move on and become successful are the ones who understand that and use that as an advantage because you learn those lessons. So don't be afraid of failure. It's okay. Failure is okay. Time management. I was having a conversation earlier I have a newborn, he's 6 months. And it's like, how do you manage that time? My wife, she's on TV, she's working, she has her career. We both have our careers. But there will never be a time that one of us isn't there for him. So instead of me being out 2 or 3 days on a trip, now it's in and out. After this, I'm on a plane back to New York to make sure, see the babysitter, leave, and I'm there. Wife gets home at 1 o'clock. She's in the state, and I'm traveling, or vice versa. One of us are always there. Time management. And I want you to do an exercise. But time is the most valuable resource that you have. The time that's gone by since I've been talking, you will never get back. I hope it's worth it, but you will never get it back. So remember that. It's the most valuable resource that you have. So when somebody calls, or somebody sends a DM or an email and wanting to spend 30 minutes with you, 45 minutes with you, an hour, does that time bring value to that individual or myself? If not, why am I doing it? Time management is so important and priority. When you have your priorities in order, knowing what is important in your life and your journey, it's going to help you towards your purpose, and you have your time management in place, life is so much easier. It makes so much more sense. Because the people who you meet with, there's a direct impact for that person or for you. And it's leading towards your purpose. Why are you doing it? Why are you wasting your time? You know how many people right now in the next minute are going to have their last breath and wish they had that minute you just wasted on something that makes no sense? Account for every hour of your day by creating a list of how your time is being spent. So a little exercise I would like for you to do. Not now, in your own time. Write on a piece of paper 24 hours, and it could be yesterday or it could be tonight after your day is done. Write down what you did for every hour. See where you could have saved an hour, saved 2 hours, saved 3 hours. And be accountable to yourself. Because one of the things that come out all the time is, I didn't have enough time to do that business. Or I didn't have enough time to go shopping. I didn't have enough time to do this. Well, did you spend 2 hours binge watching a show? Be accountable for self. Track those 24 hours. See what you spent in those 24 hours. Because there's 168 hours in a week, 24 hours in a day. If you save 2 hours on Monday, another 2 hours on Thursday, that's 4 hours you could have dedicated towards your passion or purpose. This is how I spend mine. 23% of my day is on sleep, 33% on my job, 15% on family, 11% to eat, 10% on a passion project, and 8% to self. Find out how you're spending your days. Visualization. We talked about visualization earlier and the importance of seeing it through, like a movie. How did I grow? What did I gain? How did I grow today? It's a question you should ask yourself. How did I grow today? What did I gain? Did it advance what I was trying to achieve, my goals? How is the action beneficial? How is your time here spent today beneficial to you? If progress was made, how can I see more? If by being here today there was progress or advancement in what you're trying to accomplish, the right thing would be to understand how you can do more of it. Maybe it's the organization. Maybe the organization provided these tools to you and they offer these tools throughout the year. Maybe you want to become a member, be involved with the organization to get more of this if it was beneficial to you. If no, what would be a more effective strategy? If it wasn't beneficial, all right, what else could I have done for it to be beneficial? Maybe it was setting a goal today to meet 5 people. And through that 5, understanding their career, what they're involved with, how it could be beneficial for both parties. And maybe there's a benefit there. Maybe it's next time I come to a conference, I set goals of what I'm trying to accomplish, so there's an agenda when you get here instead of blindly attending, right? Number 6, breaking down old habits. It's very simple. If you want to see change, change your habits. It's that simple. A lot of us have habits from when we were children that are still impacting us today that we don't even realize because we haven't been real with ourselves. If you want to make more money, change your habits. If you want to lose weight, change your habits. If you want to be on time, change your habits. You have control of that. Number 7, effectively communicating will help you sell your vision. Being able to effectively communicate will help you sell water to a whale. Being able to communicate and sell your vision will put you in a better place. So if you know you're not an effective communicator, guess what? There are classes for it. I took an effective speaking course when I was in college because I knew I wanted to be in front of people to talk and share my journey. There are online courses. There are online videos. There's so many tools in this world. There's so much access to information in this world. It is unbelievable. But you control that push of a button. You control filling out that application. Because effectively being able to communicate, you can accomplish almost anything in this world. Barack Obama was amazing at effectively communicating. He could get on that stage and make you believe in anything. Can't say so much now, but he was amazing. He knew the importance of it. There's different agendas. One knows the importance of it, one really doesn't care, because there's other things he's able to accomplish without doing it. But he has the proper people in place to communicate that message. Number 8, we were all in sales, so start selling. Oh, I want to be a marketer. I don't really want to be in sales. What do you think you're doing when you're trying to get funding for a business? You're selling your idea. You're selling your vision. You're courting somebody. You want to be in a relationship. You're selling your story and your journey to make this person believe in you, to actually want to spend time with you. You're in corporate America. You want to climb that corporate ladder. You're selling your capabilities to your manager, to your colleagues. So when you're not in the room, they're there to talk on your behalf and talk positively about you. We're all in sales. So remember that. Start selling. Number 9 is only this and the next one. 3 P's. Very important. I want you to remember. Purpose, passion, and patience. Purpose. What are you living for? What do you get up to do and accomplish every day? What do you love to do? What is the thing you would do without getting paid for every day? What is your purpose? Identify your purpose. If you're not trying to identify your purpose, why are you living? Why are you waking up every day? Is it just to wake up and make the next person's life better? Purpose. Identify your purpose. And when I say the next person, not your significant other or anything like that, I'm talking about a boss or somebody within another organization that has identified their purpose. And you're making their dreams come true. Purpose. Identify your purpose. Once you identify your purpose, life makes more sense. Because once you identify your purpose, you can put the passion behind it to make it happen. Now that you've identified your purpose, you know what you're working towards. So you put that energy, you put that wood in the fire to energize achieving that purpose and what you live for every day. And patience. Nothing happens overnight. It takes time. Your journey, what you're passionate about, what you love, it takes time to get to where you want it to be. It took Jay-Z 15 years to become Jay-Z. Jay-Z didn't become Jay-Z overnight. Steve Jobs, he went through so much to become Steve Jobs. But it was the patience that allowed for the purpose to flourish, because when you have patience, you know what you're working towards. So when you have misfortune, when you come along failure, it's okay because you know what you're working towards. You learn those lessons and keep moving. You might not get over the hurdle this time, but you learn and you know what you need to do to get over it next time, or just get around it. Patience is important. It takes time to be great. It doesn't happen overnight. Be patient with yourselves. Understand your journey. Understand what you're working towards. Understand that it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes you attending these conferences and being a part of these amazing organizations that are offering tools for you to continue to grow and be great. But it takes patience. Then last, nothing will work unless you do. I can give you 100 more power moves. I can share 1,000 more secrets from people that I've sat down with who are doing amazing things. But it means nothing if you write down these notes, take these pictures, and then tomorrow get back to your old habits. Nothing will work unless you do. So I encourage you to go home and do the 24-hour chart and see where you're spending your hours, to be real with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and identify who that person is, and have you been telling that person the truth throughout this journey? Identify your purpose. Identify your goals. Daily goals, 5-month goals, yearly goals. And put the systems in place to achieve that. These are some common threads and power moves that were shared throughout the book. The common thread is they all said the same thing, and we were all in different rooms, in different parts of the world. So there is no big secret or aha. It's just applying and adjusting things that are within you already. Identifying it, being real with yourself, and pushing forward with patience. The mind of a winner is about access to methodologies and habits that you don't gain access to every day. You don't read in a bio. You won't pull up on the internet like that. Understanding how a collective group of individuals think and how they overcame failure, because they all failed. These are the power moves. This is what I wanted to share. And I'm on social media, everything Steve Canal. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. My purpose is to share information. I want you to become the CEO of your own personal brand. So everything that I post, my journey, my purpose, everything that I put out is to encourage you to be great. I'm a private individual. I could be in this room and not speak to anybody in this room and be fine. But I know for my purpose, I need to be able to share and talk about my journey as well, because it might encourage somebody. I've been able to work with over 30,000 entrepreneurs, fund small businesses, do some amazing things with some great people. But individual, I want each and every one of you to be successful. So if you're on my Instagram, you'll see images of me, my wife, my son, me giving checks away to organizations. Because I want people to know it's cool, it's okay. Because one of the questions is, how do I find a mentor? There's, how many people are on Facebook and Instagram? There's billions of images, posts, inspirational posts, journeys that are there already. You just need to identify who those people are that you should be following. I would highly suggest you delete mental terrorists from your follows because those people aren't encouraging you or putting you in a position to be successful. You need to follow the people who are encouraging your journey. You control who you follow, right?
Exactly.
So if you need that encouragement, if you need that mentorship, usually the people I'm following, the people that follow me, it starts there. And then you go down a rabbit hole. You go find one person, that person's going to lead you to so many other people. Then you map your journey there. For my entrepreneurs, those who are always trying to source, photographers or edit videos, here's some tools once you do identify the photographer, you do identify the videographer, or if you don't have the time and you have your phone, these are apps. VidMob, you can video edit. Vidsy, video production. Refuel 4, Facebook campaigns, if you don't know how to do campaigns. Instagram influencers. Canva is amazing as well. Because if you have your business and you want to do a special on a shirt or a service, upload the image, put the graphics up, boom, you have a flyer. It's for free. So I always want to leave something with people as well. And I'll go back to this slide here as well. That's how many people are active on these sites. So people always ask, what's more important? Should I get on Facebook or should I get on YouTube? Well, if collectively you do it, that's 3.6 billion people you could touch. It might overlap, so it might not be all 3.6, but there's influence in both. I'm an Instagram guy, so I live on Instagram. Some people are Twitter people, some people are Facebook. So creating a campaign that lives within all is important. This is for personal brand and entrepreneurs as well. It's important because you're going to reach people that might not be on all platforms. So to answer your question, it's important to do all. But understand the platforms. Facebook, it's the biggest media company in the world. And the biggest opportunity for you to spy on your family members, friends. YouTube, it's like a TV channel. Instagram, visually, you're putting your life on, it's like a magazine. Instagram's your own personal magazine. People are flipping through, looking at your story and your journey with that caption. It's a magazine. What does your magazine represent? What is the story being told there? With that, mind of a winner. Thank you for your time.